Karina, baby, for the 15th, we have the selfish dog. Let's take a look. There was once a dog named Fletcher who lived on a farm. He had plenty to eat every day and spent most of his time snoozing. One afternoon, having eaten a good lunch, Fletcher ambled across the farmyard. He wandered into the stable where the horses lived, but they were both out working in the field. Fletcher looked around for a comfortable bed. There was a pile of hay that looked soft and warm. Just the place, thought Fletcher. So he lay down in the hay and fell asleep. At last the horses came home, tired and hungry, after a hard day's work. As they hurried into the stable, Fletcher woke up. "Go away," he snarled. Fletcher bared his teeth and growled furiously. You would have thought he was guarding a horde of meaty bones. "That's our hay," said the horses, but they were too frightened to go near. Just then Belinda, the farm cat, walked in. She lived in the stable, and the horses were her friends. Belinda sprang at Fletcher. "Be off," she said with a hiss. "The horses are hungry for their supper." Well, Fletcher took one look at Belinda's sharp claws and left. But as he trotted out of the stable, he remarked, "What a fuss about some dry old hay. I wouldn't eat that stuff even if I were starving." "Selfish dog," said Belinda scornfully. "Yes," said the horses, munching happily. "Fletcher didn't want the hay himself, and he didn't want us to have it either." No, Fletcher was using it as a bed, not as food. But the horses wanted to eat their dinner because they had worked hard all day. Hard work, just like time, is relative to the person that you're talking to. Everyone has certain abilities that they can and can't do. And everyone has a different level of what is painful or what is hard. All right? So you have to be mindful of every single human being around you and be empathetic towards everyone's situations, even if it's way different than yours and you think, oh my goodness, that must be easier. Like, no one's situation is really easier or harder. Everything is all relative to that moment in time, just like time's relative. So you got to be just empathetic and sympathetic towards other people's situations because you don't know all that somebody is going through. You never know all of somebody's story. Honestly, the people themselves, like, you're young now, you're going to forget a lot of your life as you're young, and you're going to grow up and create new memories. Time is going to move on. Whether you want to move on with time or not, time will move on. So you want to be in the moment that you are in. Always be a part of where you're at, because that's the moment that you're in. And your life will change, even when you think, oh my gosh, this is forever. Nothing's forever. Everything will eventually change for you. I promise you that. And you can survive anywhere that you are, doesn't matter where you're at, you could always survive. You always find a way to survive, and you want to survive. This life is short the way that it is, and you want to be able to make it to your finish point, no matter what that is. Which is, you might be 80, you might be 90, you might be 100, you might be 110, but you want to make your story. It's yours. You're the only one who has your body, who owns your body, lives with you every single second of the day. So make it count. Make it just what it is. This life, like I'm saying, it's short, baby. It really is short. All right, let's do someone. Someone came knocking at my wee small door. Someone came knocking. I'm sure. I listened, I opened, I looked to the left and right, but nothing was a-stirring in the still dark night. Only a busy beetle tapping in a wall. Only from the forest the screech owl's call. Only a cricket whistling with a dewdrop fall. So I know not who came knocking at all. I love this one. I've read this before when I was younger. I read this before probably to you. I don't even know why I like this one so much. Someone came knocking at my wee small door, right? So this person hears a knocking, and then it's just a tapping, and you know. Oh, man. I actually do really like that story. Karina, baby, I just miss you. I wish I could be there with you and read you stories and take you places. That's the only thing that makes sense to Mama. When mamas have a baby, all they want to do is spend time with their baby. This world became a different place. It became really hard. People decided that money was, you know, important, and having all this stuff that cost all this money was important. But the only thing that makes sense to me that is important is family. That's the only thing that ever made sense to me. You could really see what the world is really about when someone that you're close to and that you love so incredibly much gets sick right in front of you and doesn't make it, right? Your grandfather was such an impact on my life because he taught me to, no matter what, things will eventually be okay. And that you can really survive anywhere. And that you can really, yeah, he would walk down the street, or we would drive down the street, and if there was vacant lots and vacant buildings, he'd be like, that's opportunity for someone else's dreams to come true. He was such an amazing man. He knew everybody. He was always smiling. He got to go wherever he wanted and do what he needed to do. He was an amazing man, and you would have loved him. And he would have loved you. He does love you. He's up in heaven smiling down on you. Karina, baby, I miss you. I'm always there with you in spirit. We see the same moon and the same sun every single day. No matter what, I love you. No matter what, I love you. Whether I'm here on this earth or up in heaven, I will always love you. Let's do Amazing Grace. How sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious was that grace thus far, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, snares, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Oh, my Karina, I love you, baby. And I miss you. God will let us go through all these trials and tribulations. The most important thing that you can do is not have expectations on anybody else and forgive. Don't ever, ever, ever let something eat you alive by not forgiving someone or something else. The power of forgiveness gives you power and control over your own life and your own being. Always forgive. Always move on from the situation. Be in that moment that you're in right now. Living in the past isn't going to help. Just move forward with your life. I love you, and I wish I was there to teach you things in person. I wish I was there to read you books in person. I'd be with you every single second of the day like I was. I was with you every single second of the day when I had you. I was with you. I brought you places. I did fun things with you. I taught you things. I had other people teach you things. Community is so important. I'm so happy that you're going to school. I hope that you're on summer vacation. I hope that you're having fun. I miss you, baby, and I love you so much. I will always love you.